Welcome to Burning the Edge. We would like to welcome to the T our host, Mr. Arthur Miller Jr.
We want to welcome to the Burn the Edge podcast, Mr. Jordan Kimbriel. We got him on here. He won the Division 5 tournament at Mystic Creek for the Arkansas APT Tour. And of course, you all should know our guy, Jeff Corder there. He's established participant in Division 4. He's going to be moving to Division 3 very soon here. Welcome to the T, Jordan.
Thanks. Great to be here. Appreciate you having me on.
No problem, man. I talked to Jeff and I said, man, who can we have on, man? He said, man, this guy is so funny. He won Division 5 this past Sunday. We got to have him on. I said, okay, cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, my golf game was funny on last weekend, but that's okay. It was funny for everybody. Mystic Creek's tough, man.
It is, man. Tell me, how did you get to the game of golf?
So I went to a really small school, like graduated with a class of like 35. So there was a golf team, and I thought, well, that might be kind of fun. You know, this was 05, 06. So Tiger was like peak Tiger. It was something to do, you know, after basketball. So I was like, well, give that a go. And I really wanted to, I found out that they only take 5 guys. So even, you know, there was some guys ahead of me, like I was in 11th grade. There was some guys ahead of me that were not bad. And so I was like, oh man, I got to practice and actually get, you know, try to get good where I can make a team. Well, I realized pretty quick, you don't just get good at golf. So
have you ever played before then, Jordan?
No. Wow. I went and got a cheap set of clubs from Academy. Man, I was pumped up. So I show up there and I'm like, oh boy, this is not easy at all. Well, it turns out 2 of the guys decided they weren't going to play. So there was only 5 of us there, and they're like, you're on the team. I was like, yeah, I am. So I tell my girlfriend, who's now my wife, we were high school sweethearts. I was like, yeah, I made the team. So she's like, wow. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good. So,
did you ever tell her that it was only 5 people there?
I don't know that I ever did. I don't know that I ever did that.
Well, hopefully she listens and she gonna find out now.
She probably knew. But yeah, you made the team, all right.
She been thinking you a stud all this time, man.
Yeah, she's been around me long enough to be like, okay, yeah, you made the team.
That's cool, man. I don't meet a lot of people that married their high school sweethearts, man.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We've been together 20 years and married for 14. So
cool,
we were together all through high school. Yeah,
y'all went to the same high school together, Jordan?
We did, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's cool to marry your high school sweetheart, but when you only got a class of 35, I guess there's not a lot of choices.
No. We were.
You gotta take what you get, right?
Well, I mean, it wasn't like we all, you know, it wasn't like she was the only one that had all of her teeth or something.
I think you gotta kind of narrow it down, right?
Yeah, exactly. But no, the first tournament we ever played in, they said, hey, we need you to, they're like, you're going to be with these guys. And it was at our home course. And they're like, Jordan, you're going to be paired with, you know, these other 3 guys, like, you know, just kind of help them along. They hadn't ever played here. So I was like, yeah, okay. So we get up there and they're like, all right, will you care to lead off? Like, is this dog leg? Does this, you know, does it drop off the hill? I was like, yeah, I got it. So I hit it and I hit the first tree. Probably like 20 yards out, shoots my ball like 100 yards behind me. And so everyone's just standing there and I was like, you're not going to really want to do that. Like it wasn't one of those that opens up back there kind of thing. Yeah, that's not going to work.
So hey,
that way.
How does it work in high school golf, Jordan? It's like you play till you put the ball in the hole?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there was some scores.
What did you score the very first tournament you played in?
Oh, it was triple digits by a lot. I remember that. But I did. They told me, they're like, if you get good at chipping and putting and just keep it in play, like, try to be smart about it. But then, coach would see me with my driver out, and he'd be like, he's not going to ever get it. Typical 15-year-old boy. Like, but I fell in love with it though.
Yeah. So, are you a golf lover, man?
I am.
Yeah. So you a Golf Channel watcher all day, every day?
Yeah. Like I said, I was under the weather today, but the Masters was on. Had to be like, I mean, you're sick, but hey, that's all right.
Right.
At least the Masters on. But yeah, I follow golf. It's probably the sport I follow the most now. The older I get, the more into it I am. So
you played basketball in high school too?
I did. Yeah. I probably wasn't like, Jeff level, like coaching elite teams and, taking teams to Disney World and winning national championships and stuff like that. But, out of the class of 35, I did start at point guard. So I was.
Now, this was at Clarksville High?
This was West Side. So it's right.
I was going to say, I thought Clarksville had more students than that.
Clarksville's a little bigger. Yeah.
West Side, that's in Clarksville?
It's just to the west on the county. Like it's like Coal Hill. It's like the rural area outside of.
I'm surprised they hadn't consolidated with Clarksville.
Yeah, they had talked about that when I was young. We kind of thought it was going to happen, but still.
Well, he's probably the man over at West Side then.
Well, no, not really. But I was pretty quick, and so
what was it? So Arthur it's different when Jordan played, but now in Arkansas you've got basically 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and then 5A, 6A play together, and 7A is the biggest. So what was y'all, Jordan? Do you remember?
We were 2A.
2A, okay.
Yeah. And our conference was crazy. And it was the same with golf. Like we'd go to Eureka Springs. We'd go to we played Charleston a lot, which they were always really good. But we'd go to Mountainburg, we'd go Hackett. Like you kind of went all around the state to play other 2As. When I was in high school, they've done a lot better job, kind of aligning based off location now. But, going to Eureka Springs or Pea Ridge was, you're talking almost 3 hours. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was for basketball too, or just golf?
That was basketball mainly. Golf, you could meet at a course a little more, in the middle. But for basketball, you're going there. You're going right. You got to play it at that school. It was rough.
That's interesting. So does your wife play golf too?
No, she likes to go out. We take the kids. We got 2 kiddos. We'll go out and just ride around, and they'll, just mess around. We'll have putting contests sometimes, and just, that kind of thing. But she tried a little bit, and she's like, "No, this isn't my thing." So
well, cool, man. So you got to watch the Masters today. Now let's go back to your tournament win at Mystic Creek. So tell me, what did you think about? You played there last year, or this was your first year playing at Mystic Creek?
I played there last year too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this your first time? Last year was your first time playing that course?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. So what did you think about it last year, and what was the difference in your game this year that got you to the win? So
we get there, and we'd heard it was beautiful course. Me and my brother, doing APT together. So when we got there, we were like, wow, this really is super nice. Very nice course. There's a reason it's number 1 in the state for Golf Digest and all of that. So we start playing, and last year, I think by hole 5, I told my brother, I was like, I'm just going to take it all in and enjoy it. Like, cause I'm already toast. Like so I guess going into this year, I knew how tough it was. I knew that the greens they can be a beast based off your whole location. I mean, I watched Jeff 3-putt too many times, and it was just a sad thing to watch. And I was able to play with the way the pairings worked out. I played with the Division 4 guys, Jeff included. So, I mean, he was out there inspiring me the whole time. I was like, man, this is what D4 golf looks like.
Yeah, a hot mess.
Yeah, I was like, they're struggling too. Like if I can. And really, I just tried to limit the mistakes. I made the mistake looking at the end of 9. I was like, oh, you're up 7 strokes. And I told Jeff, I was like, man, I got a chance to do this. And then Jeff watched me derail for a few holes. And he was like, man, you just got to calm down, just have fun and just play your game. Kind of regrouped, made a couple bogeys in a par, and kind of was like, all right, I'm back in there, and ended up winning it. My brother got second, so ended up working out pretty cool.
So both of y'all in Division 5?
We are, yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah. How old are you and how old is your brother?
That's a good question. Jeff's laughing already.
Uh-oh.
So we're only 2 brothers, only 2 kids. My brother's 55. I'm 35. And so I can't, now having kids, can't imagine going 20 years without having a kid and having another one. But I think I was a little bit of an accident, which is fine. That's fine. But my mom will never admit it, but 20 years and you have another kid, like, come on.
So you have asked her about being an accident?
Yeah, she was like, you are a miracle.
Not an accident, a miracle.
Yeah, like, okay, whatever. Yeah. So you should have asked her, how am I a miracle? Like, it could be a lot of reasons why I'm a miracle. She said that she's like, we wanted another kid for so long, and then we just kind of just gave up. It ain't ever happening. And then, then here you are. I was like, well, I'm glad you look at it that way, but if that happens to me like that, I ain't gonna say miracle.
I'm gonna say nightmare.
Yeah, like that doesn't sound like my version of miracle, but I'm glad you think so, Mom.
Yeah. So what does your dad say?
Dad is a man of few words. I think he was just like he went and bought a new truck like the day I was born. Like, I think he was going through a midlife crisis. He's like, no, I don't know about this, but ended up, yeah, we were the only 2. And, but golf's kind of our thing, we've gotten into other things. We did fishing together for a while and just stuff like that. But golf is really stuck for us. Like, we just really enjoy it. Love APT and making the trips to places and getting to play cool courses together. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. So your tour director has been on here, Larry L. Boogie, as I call him, Larry Burrow. So what has your experience been like with him?
Oh gosh. Where do you start, Mr. Burrow? He actually is the reason we decided to jump over, because there's other tours out there. There's other ways you can play tournaments together, but I saw this new thing, APT, and I messaged him, and it really wasn't even about me playing. It was about a course he was thinking about putting on and I had just played it. I knew for a fact, like, Goat Track doesn't explain it. Like, he was putting it out there like as maybe an option. I was like, dude, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And he was like, man, yeah. He's like, we had somebody look at it. You're right. Like, that's a mess. Thank you. You know, he's like, this tour, you know, we're trying to do this and that. And I was like, man, he seems cool. I check out the app. It's cool to have an app where you can see all the tournaments coming up, check your score. And I was like, so I called my brother. I was like, man, I would like to give this a shot. And he's like, let's do it. And so we never looked back. We met Larry at the first tournament of the year. He was super personable and just a good dude, you know. So and you can see his passion. He's trying super hard to get this thing rolling and grow it. And I think that's really cool. So
yeah. Boogie is. I mean, he's funny as all outdoors, man. That dude cracks me up, man. We have a good time, and whenever we get to hang out. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit to the golf today because this is the Masters weekend. I know how real golfers feel. You know, we get sick when the Masters come on. We don't go to work.
That's right. That's right.
Some people get a stomach bug.
Yeah. Man, yeah, I was just sick that I wasn't going to get to watch it. So,
and he worked from home. I don't understand why we're not watching it.
Well, I could have worked and watched it, but it was like, this needs my full attention, and so does the stomach bug.
So we're calling in sick, even though we're at home.
Yeah, that's right.
How does that work? People that work from home, how do they call in sick? I don't know how they
That's
work.
a good question. So basically, I just was like, "Hey, boss, like, I'm not gonna be on the meetings today. Like, I'll have I have my phone and I'll answer emails like as I can and stuff like, but." I'm gonna have to stay downstairs, and that's what I did. So, but luckily I'm feeling a little better. But I didn't sleep much last night, as I was telling Jeff, and so it was. It's kind of a wild couple of days there. But,
did you feel like you was gonna be playing at the Masters or something? I mean.
Man, I don't know what it was. I don't know if I was nervous for my favorite guys or what it was. I don't know what it was.
Yeah. Who are your favorite guys, Jeff? You tell me the same thing, man. Who y'all rooting for?
Man, I like Scotty Scheffler a lot. I like JT. I like Rory. Obviously, I always want to see Tiger do something. I mean, and then I really like this guy. This is random. That like everyone else I've named pretty much top. Well, I like Ricky Fowler too, but Sung J M is one of my. I love him because he plays every tournament. He doesn't even have a house. And for some reason, I'm like, that guy is living the life. He's just like, nah, I don't need a house. I'm just going from tour to tour. I think that's super cool. I can't help but root for him. Yeah,
that's kind of like rooting for Scheffler, though, because it's like this dude said he ain't changed nothing.
Yeah. And,
like,
he's
you won, like, he probably won at least $10-12 million in the last year. And you can change nothing. Like I didn't go out and buy. I didn't go buy that Maserati I was looking at, or go buy that truck I was looking at, the Ferrari. None of that.
Man, I won the APT last weekend. I was looking at Mercedes, and then I was like, you can't do that, But it just goes to tell you, I would. If I won $12 million, I'd pull up something. People would be like, oh, here we go.
Jeff, who you root for, man?
Man, if I this is not, and if I had my way, of course it'd be Tiger, but you see him walking today. I would be shocked if he finishes tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's supposed to be raining and cold tomorrow. I don't see how he's going to get around. But if I really, if you just said, Jeff, who would you just love to see win this thing? I'd love to see Fred Couples win it.
Hey, Fred was up on the leaderboard at first today for a minute.
But Fred Couples, dude, I'm gonna share a little secret sauce with you, and Jordan's gonna get promoted pretty soon, so this might hurt me because he might try to use my secret sauce. But when I get over a ball, mostly an iron shot, and I'm not feeling real good about it, or say I'm in between. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I say, hey, this right here is a 9-iron Freddie Couples swing, which basically means just like a silky, buttery, slow swing. I've watched a million videos on that dude. When I was struggling a few years ago, I'd watch it on my phone at the driving range. I'm just like, I don't understand.
Right. No one does.
It's like watching.
It's a phenomenon.
Yeah, it's like watching Ray Allen shoot threes and warm up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nowadays, I really like Scotty Scheffler. For one, like y'all said, he's just like a regular dude. Good Christian man, too, you know. But what I really like, I have a friend, his name's Matt, and he don't play golf much, but when he does, dude, he'll tee the ball. He's one of these guys that if you get in his car, he's got every gadget in there from AutoZone, you know, and every gadget you can think of. Well, golf, when he used to play, he's got every gadget. Well, he would buy those tees, the real long ones, and I'm talking about he'd tee the ball up like, I don't know, 14 inches. And he would jump out of his shoes to try to hit the ball. And most of the time that it was teed so high, the driver would go under the ball. But every time Scheffler swings, and one of my other buddies that knows him, I go, man, that dude swings like Matt. He got the Matt swing. But he's like, I don't really care, dude, if y'all don't like the way my feet move. I mean, I'm winning. I'm like, you know, like probably in his mind, he's like, I'm whooping all these dudes, man.
Right.
I'm jumping out of my shoes, turning sideways. So, but I'd really, you know, who I think could actually win. I'd like to see Rory win it. You know, just because he never has.
Yeah.
And he really, you know, like you don't know people, but I mean, just from the outside looking in, he seems like a really good, genuine dude.
Right. Yeah, I like to see Roy go on and get that Grand Slam, man. Get that monkey off his back. Because he seemed like last year, the final round, he shot like a 64.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's right there. You know what I mean? Like, he came in second, I think. He ended up finishing second. And he's like right there. Just.
Yeah, but you know, what's guy's name, Jordan? Arkansas has a real good golfer did he win last week or week before? He came in second. Dude that played at Arkansas. I can't remember what tournament that was. I think he came in second. He basically had it won and he gave it up like the last 3 holes.
Oh man.
I can't think of his name, but he's playing in the Masters, so I can't think of dude's name, but he played at Arkansas. He's not from Arkansas, but he played at the college. I'd like to see that dude do good.
They got an amateur out there that's playing right now.
Man, that dude's like in the top 10 right now, I think.
Man, that dude can play, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Impressive.
Like very
Is he the one that has the like super high swing speed?
Yeah.
Real far.
Sam Bennett. Yeah, this dude is swinging. I mean, like, I'm like, this dude, where they get this dude from? Because I watch even like the NCAA golf, and I don't remember seeing this dude.
I don't either. I
don't remember where he went to school or where he goes to school.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shane Lowry up on the leaderboard too. I didn't know that.
Who?
Shane Lowry.
Oh, Shane Lowry. Yeah, he's pretty good for a big boy.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. What do y'all think though, man? Or how do y'all look at it? Like, I've been watching the Masters. Even before I really got into really playing golf, I would watch it just because of you remember back in the day, dude, it was like you had to like you would probably shoot 1 or 2 under and win the Masters. Mm-hmm. Remember? Then somehow, I don't know, I guess they just got so much better, but it used to be a lot harder, it seemed like. But I don't know, it's weird. Like when I watch it, it just seems like everything is perfect out there.
Oh, man.
It's almost like they go through with scissors and cut the grass. It's all the same. Even the rough. The pine needles are all organized.
It's amazing.
Like Jordan said, we go out and play some course, and you're like, God, now you can't put your tee in the ground.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, of course, I played that I felt like was manicured like that was Ross Bridge in Birmingham. Have y'all played that?
No.
Man, I swear. And maybe it was like, I had only been playing golf like 2 or 3 years. Maybe it was just the newness of golf or whatever, but it seemed like there wasn't a blade of grass out of place. There wasn't a flower that budded in the wrong direction. I mean, like nothing, man. And I was like, man, this place is beautiful, man. Mm-hmm. And that's just like people that don't play golf, to me, that's one of the things that they don't understand. Like just being out there in nature and just admiring all the things about the course, you know, they just... Yeah. Sometimes it just takes your breath away, especially like some of the places that we've played, you know, playing at Hilton Head and like playing a hole in the rain. And when you look past the green, all you can see is ocean out there. Like there's nothing out there but the ocean, you know, and you're looking like, oh my God. Like, and like, I can remember when the last year that I played on the golf weekend, like the rain just like blowing in your face. Like, and I'm like, we out here. And we actually paid to play out here. Like, that was like unbelievable to me, you know. I really I enjoy courses like that, though. Yeah. You know, just to see the beauty of them or whatever, you know.
What's the nicest course you think you played, Jordan?
Oh, man. There's one in, I'm trying to think of the name of it, in Destin. And it's on the ocean. The back nine is pretty much all right there on the ocean. Like you said, Arthur, seeing something about standing on the tee box and seeing nothing but just water. It's breathtaking. Like it is something about being out there. Are you guys going to play the 2-day in Branson? Either of y'all? Yeah.
I'm not. No.
Yeah, I played last year, and I'm telling you, that Paynes Valley. Like that drive from the 19th hole back to that clubhouse, I don't see how it gets any better. I'm just.
I could honestly say that's probably not the views are outstanding there. Don't get me wrong, but far as just the course period, just like set a golf course in your neighborhood. Forget about what's around it. That's the nicest place I've ever played.
Yeah,
I mean the fairways, man. It's like hitting off of carpet. Seriously. I mean, I never hit off. I mean, it was just, I couldn't really even concentrate on the golf. Me and my best friend went to play it. And I was just like mesmerized by the smallest little things. And he was playing bad, so he was mad. He couldn't get into it. He was like, come on, dude, get in the car. I was like, no, dude, just look. We won't hear none of that.
You're out laying on the fairway. Yeah. Look at this.
Yeah. But I played so that course in Hilton Head, I played there when it was a monsoon that day at Robert Trent Jones.
Yeah. We probably were both at the same course, I'm sure.
Hey, buddy. My dumb tail, that was the first time I ever did anything like that. This first year I was on Golf Week, first time I played real, I go down there, buddy, with no rain gear.
Dang!
Well, let me take it back. I bought some rain gear off Amazon. I bought extra large pants. I never looked at them. So we're at this hotel, and it's raining, you know, that morning. And my wife's like, hey, you better get your rain gear out. I opened the package, right? No lie. The waist is this big around. I was like, who's gonna wear these? So I thought maybe they'll stretch, you know. So they stretched about like this. So I said, well, I found some scissors. I was just gonna kind of like cut the seam. And I mean, I cut the seam on both sides. I started pulling up there. It was ripped off like tearaway. I was like, well, that ain't gonna work. So then I had a work pullover. It ain't really, you know, rain. It's not rain resistant, but you know, that material. So I had my little Nissan pullover coat on. I don't know if I worked at Nissan. Wherever I worked at, I had this jacket on. It was horrible. I had like some golf pants. Dude, I was miserable by the 6th hole. The guy played, we put his arm around me and said, man, I feel so sorry for you. I was like, God.
So I'm sure you was happy when they blew the siren and we all went in, boy.
Man, I got back to the clubhouse, and remember they said they was going to let us go back out.
Yep, they did.
So I called my wife. We were just staying right around the corner. I said, hey, could you bring me some clothes? She's like, what all do you need? I said, everything. Underwear, socks. I need it all. So she comes down there. I get it. I go in the bathroom. I'm butt naked in this stall. And of course, she brought me a towel. I get all dried off. I get everything put on, get all my stuff and walk out there. Oh, we're going to call it. Oh, man. But that far as views, that was one of it wasn't the best view I've ever had. The best view ever, I can't pronounce it, but I played in Maui at a course called.
Thank you for listening to the Burn the Edge podcast. This was part 1 of our interview with Jordan Kimbriel on the Arkansas Amateur Players Tour. Please continue to listen and check back for us next week where we'll have part 2 where Jeff continues his story about where he saw the best views in Hawaii on the golf course. Thank you again for listening to the Burn the Edge podcast. Please follow, like, subscribe.